Hello fellow travelers and welcome to Exit Through the Gift Shop. Today we are at Ruby Creek, site of one of the most well-known Sasquatch sightings in Canada history. The Ruby Creek incident took place east of Harrison Hot Springs, British Columbia along Highway 7, which is now known as Sasquatch Highway. In September 1941, a creature paid a visit to the Chapman family in broad daylight. About 3 in the afternoon, the Chapman's eldest son, age 9, came running into the house calling for his mother. When Mrs. Chapman went outside to see what was wrong, she thought she saw a very big bear moving amongst the bushes in the field just beyond the railway tracks. However, then the creature moved onto the tracks, and she saw to her horror that it was a gigantic man covered with hair, not fur. The hair seemed to be about 4 inches long all over and a pale yellow-brown color. The body of the creature was entirely human in shape, except that it was immensely thick through the chest and its arms were exceptionally long. Mrs. Chapman gathered the children and fled to safety of the nearby village. When Mr. Chapman came home around 6 o'clock, he saw that the woodshed door had been battered in and spotted enormous humanoid handprints all over the place. A 55-gallon drum of salted salmon had been broken apart and its contents partially eaten. The creature's giant height was confirmed by a number of long brown hairs stuck in the doorway at about 8 to 10 feet. Chapmans remained at the residence, but in the following days they found giant footprints in the area each night. The incident drew local attention and was investigated by the sheriff's office in Bellingham, Washington. One of the sheriff's deputies took a cast of one of the giant footprints that had been found, which measured at approximately 16 inches. This drawing shows an outline of the cast, along with a regular men's foot size 11 for comparison. On 2 nights at about 2 o'clock in the morning, the Chapmans heard strange noises and their dogs started to bark feverishly. After several days of this, the experience was all too much and the family finally moved out and never went back to the cabin. Local newspaper ran the story on October 21st, 1941.
A child's scream, the uproar of dogs and a frightened woman's hurried glance led to tales among Ruby Creek Indians today of a huge hairy monster preying on their encampment. It turned out to be a bear, but a huge one. Rosie, small daughter of Mrs. George Chadwick, was playing in her garden, half a mile east of Ruby Creek when she suddenly looked up to see the enormous beast approaching. She screamed for help. Her mother rushed to her, got one glimpse of the monster, swept the child in her arms and dashed into the bush, where she remained for 3 hours before venturing home again. On her return she found the racks of salted salmon scattered in every direction. But nothing else about the premises was touched. In describing the animal, Mrs. Chadwick declared it was 10 feet tall, hairy, with a human face. Little credence was given to the story until the beast returned. This time it left tracks revealing it to be one of the largest bears ever known in the vicinity. Its hind footmarks measured 8 inches across and 18 inches long. The span between the strides was 5 feet.
The incident popularized the idea of Sasquatch in the area, although wild men had long been known by local First Nations peoples. Today, within the vicinity, Harrison Hot Springs is known as Sasquatch Capital of Canada, and several local places have been named after the Sasquatch, including Sasquatch Provincial Park and the Sasquatch Caves. Locals seem to have embraced the folklore as is seen in the theming of a newly opened adventure park. The Skawaluk Adventure Park is a 33-acre park owned and operated by the Skawaluk First Nations. It's located about halfway in between Hope and Agassiz and very close by to where the Ruby Creek incident occurred. The park features walking and mountain biking trails, a huge playground, and fascinating works of art, including Sasquatch carvings. Alright, that's it for today. Leave your comments down below. Do you think this was a Bigfoot sighting or do you think it was just a bear? Please remember to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all our latest adventures. And check out the interactive map for a list of all of the locations that we've already been to. Until next time, it's time to exit through the gift shop.